Three games headline your Saturday slate here in round 12, and I'm looking for a lot of attacking players in the Warriors Knights and a couple of middles there. The Rabbitohs Tigers there. It's going to be the outside backs and the middles is where you're going to win this one. And then the Sharks and the Roosters a little bit through which halfback you pick, I believe, and then a little bit of luck in the outside backs and also the forwards. So we start in the outside backs, and not many I'm very interested in, to be honest with you, with Tedesco and Manu headlining those two guys that I'd be looking at in that game if you're going for that one, but especially in this whole Saturday slate there. They're the two guys I'd be looking to select. And then a little bit lighter, we're going for a couple of different guys. Gags we're a little bit interested in up against the Warriors for sure. I'm going to stay away from Ponga. I think Gags has that opportunity, second game back, to get back to some really good form and get some offense back that he had at the beginning of the year. So at 14,620, I think he's a pretty solid one. If we go a little bit lighter, I think Connor Tracy at 12,000 could be a solid one for your squad. And guys like Daniel Tupou as well at 11,200 to go along with Joseph Suaalii as well. So they're the kind of guys that I'd be looking to select in the outside backs for this Saturday slate. So let me know your thoughts on that if you're going to spend up a little bit higher or head down into the 11,000, 1,200 range and select those guys. And yeah, if you're playing in individual matchups, then I think that going a little bit lighter in those matchups will be great, so you can spend a little bit of money in this section here in the halves and the hookers and also the forwards. So we've got obviously Nicho Hynes, I think is the best option here to go along with Damien Cook. So both those guys have been extremely dominant the last bunch of weeks, averaging high 60s to 70s, and I think you're not going to go wrong picking either of them. Jackson Hastings coming off a lighter week for him, so he has an opportunity to bounce back, and I think he will up against the South. It's going to be a really close game, that one I'm seeing there and predicting. Brayley is coming off a good game there, so 78 for him to go along with a couple of 40s. So, if you think he's going to go back to those 40s, probably I'll leave him out. And up in those 70s, then you can go nuts with that one. But Sean Johnson there has come off two really good ones. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do it again, but definitely if you're just going to run off his form, then he's a little bit of a steal at 17.4 if he can get somewhere around the 55-60 mark. So that's someone to keep an eye on. But I think Luke Keary's a better option than Johnson at this stage. He's coming off a bunch of really good weeks. So 46 is his lowest in the last 5. And I think if you can get a 46 from him or above, that upside of the 72 from last week, then I think Keary could be a really, really good selection in this one. And it's probably the way I'm going to be personally going in that game especially. It's going to be very hard to not pick Nicho Hynes, but at $9,000 cheaper, you'll be able to spend that money a little bit elsewhere. Looking down the line, then Sammy Walker's obviously an option as well, but he hasn't been scoring incredibly well. But the other guy that's really cheap, and I'd probably be selecting in my flex in that game, is Cody Nikorima with the Souths and the Tigers game. So he's coming into the fullback position for Blake Taff, who's moving back to the bench. So Cody there, I think a really great selection. He's going to be really electric out of the fullback position, and I'd be expecting anywhere 30 plus for Cody. So that would be my way to go in the halves and the hookers. Move to the forwards there, and Cam Murray's been named again. I just don't think the minutes are going to be there this week. Could be wrong, but I just don't think he's going to be playing the 70-plus minutes that we're used to him playing, given the fact that he's just coming off surgery and they have Origin next week. So I'd obviously use him for a great punch to the middle, and his leadership is going to be the biggest one in that game and try and get that win because they are scuffling a little bit, the Souths there, and need a nice win. So Cam Murray, I think we're going to leave him out this week. Dave Clemmer's probably the one you want to target in this top range. Coming off a lighter week for him with 50, but was really strong, for the 5 weeks before that. So some consistency for Clemmer's there, and you're looking for anywhere above a 55 mark for him, which you can definitely do. And, Frizzell's obviously another option who's been a little bit up and down, but, generally hits around that 55 to 60 mark. If we're going lighter here, then Angus Crichton's been really dominant. I think he can continue to do that this week. 3 of the last 4 weeks, he's had hit 58 or above. So I think Crichton could do that for you. And Mitch Barnett's been great also. As you can tell, there's a lot of really good forwards in these 3 games. So Barnett also a solid one after 2 really good weeks. We go to Cam McInnes, and he's been really dominant as well at 17.6 the last 4 weeks. Anywhere above that 50 mark, you're going to be a win for Cam. And Tohu Harris is another one that I personally will be looking to select at the cheapest price out of all these guys we've just spoken about at 16,350. He's coming off of 51.5. I can see him getting the extra 10 minutes this week, whether he plays a fair bit on the edge or through the middle or mixing the both. I think he's going to be getting over that 50 mark. And other guys, again, Taukeiaho has been playing really well at 15.5 if you want to go there. Teague Wilton gets his spot Now it looks like you should get the 80-minute roll with Wade Graham, pulling out this week, unfortunately, with another foot injury. Poor fella. And anyone down below, there's really not a lot, to be honest. Zane Musgrove at 10.8 can get you around a 30 or 35, hopefully. And any lighter than that, really not too much to be excited about. But they're my picks for Saturday, guys. I hope you go really well. Best of luck with all that. Please sign up in the description below and click that play button and get on here to the Saturday slate. You've obviously got the 3 individual games as well. So you can select that and make it a little bit easier on you than trying to win this 3-game slate one. But it's obviously a lot of fun as well, trying to test your skills in that. Hope you enjoyed this, guys. We'll catch you in the next one.